Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So why am I starting late? Apologies, but it was a big deal. Did you watch our president finally sign the electoral bill? I had to watch it. Finally. Are you excited? If you are, what's your expectations? What do you expect to change? We need to talk about that. I know last week we had said we'd continue talking about our young boys, but this is really quite groundbreaking. So really, there's no other news at this particular moment that's more important to us in Nigeria than that. So please, you've got to call me. I want to know if you're excited, if you have expectations. What are you expecting to change? 0700 993 993 993. The female line is 04657190. You can send us a message on WhatsApp 0809 597 5805. You can watch live on Facebook. My producer's back. Zainab and I are back together. It's a love thing. Don't you dare talk to me about 14 years. Haha. It's a love thing, but we're back. And she said to me today, you are looking young. So if you want to see my young looking self, follow us on Facebook Live, facebook.com/NigeriaInfoFM. The website is www.nigeriainfo.fm. And you must follow us on Instagram, Nigeria Info FM Lagos. And on Twitter, of course, we're Nigeria Info FM. Who else would be? So I want to know, were you excited about the electoral bill that the president just signed? I'll be honest with you, I didn't really hear a lot of what he was saying. It's just that because it was literally about to come on, I had to wait to just watch part of it. And it's been signed. It's exciting. The other subject I want to discuss, because that's the most important subject to us locally, nationally, in our Nigeria. But there's also something else that's happening in the world which could impact us, which is the war in Ukraine. Or should I say Russia's invasion of Ukraine? Or should I say Russia versus NATO? How do you see it? What do you see? How do you feel? Whose side are you on? Or are you the neutral? I'm not going to tell you where I am. You know I want to tell right till the very, very, very end. Do you have relatives in Ukraine? Do you have relatives in Russia? Have they been in touch? Have you heard from them? Are you worried? What have they heard from the Nigerian embassy, our embassy or consulate over there? I want to know if you're worried, if they've been informed, if they now know how they're going to get back home, if the evacuation has started. Because, of course, the Ukrainian airport, their main airport is closed in Kiev. A lot of planes, of course, come because Russia's invasion was air, sea, and land. So, therefore, you can't fly anywhere. Now, the most optional route for them to get our brothers and sisters out of Ukraine is to go via road, which would mean driving to Poland. Anyway, I want to know if you have relatives there. So those are the true freestyling we will be doing today, because like I said, they're critically important to our lives. Of course, the electoral bill that's just been signed by the president, and what's going on in Russia, what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on with NATO. Oh, the lines are alive. Let's pick up the first call. Hello. Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
One and only.
Pardon?
One and only.
Oh, the one and only. Hello, one and only. How are you?
No, I'm not the one and only. You are the one and only.
Oh, I'm the one and only. Oh, how kind. Well, I like to think there's no other replica of me. Otherwise, how would the world cope? How would Lagos cope?
The only one Sisyoge I know.
Yes, sir.
That one and only.
The one and only.
The normal person is supposed to be Mr. Frank.
Me? How are you?
I'm fine, Lord.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine because you are feeling fine. That is why I'm feeling fine.
As long as you're fine, I will always be delightful. So, tell me, which of the subjects is bothering you do you want to talk about?
Did you know why? I just I'll just mark it today that I'm going to be the first person to hear your voice, to call you.
Yes, you are. Ching
And
ching.
it come to pass. So now the first thing I've gotten my first point now. So I'll drop. I'll call you back.
Oh, thank you. You must call back.
I will.
All righty. Ciao, ciao. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is David. I'm calling from Ibeshoriade.
David, talk to me. Which of the topics do you care about?
Yes, I care about the two, but let me begin with our own.
Okay, the electoral bill.
The electoral bill.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to tell the pressure groups that it's not yet all over. And they shouldn't go to sleep yet.
Yeah.
There's still one other more order, which is that a situation where a person or the court will decide against millions of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Just like President Jonathan said, that election should always be the decider, so that, like we are experiencing glitching in this new system they are bringing in.
Yeah.
So that maybe the other week or before some few days, wherever we have glitches or thuggery, something, they can rerun the election and make sure we have a winner. So that, because a situation whereby you just play some pranks, you bring in talks, and you now say they should go to court, and court, sometimes it takes a whole time, about 3 years before they come to decide, and they are deciding against millions of Nigeria. So this is what I want the pressure group to go to National Assembly, that they should bring a fresh electoral bill in that effect.
So we've just signed one bill. You want us to bring another bill, another amendment. Okay, let's go on to the second one.
To bring solution to our problem in Nigeria.
Okay, let's go on to the second topic, Ukraine. What did you want to say?
Okay, it's unfortunate that laws are not being followed, international laws, because Ukraine have done the consequences. They don't have regard for international laws, because I don't know why they should go and invade a sovereign country when there's laws.
Who is they? Who is they?
I mean Russia, rather.
Okay. Okay.
Russia going to invade Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Having disregard for international law.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unfortunate.
Okay.
So, and it's the fault of Security Council. If they have a rapid response military squad on ground, even since America has been crying, they're supposed to have moved in. They know these people, they are coming to invade Ukraine. Why are we working together as a UN? Why?
So you believe that NATO should have gone into Ukraine, or should have how should I say, attacked Russia before Russia got to Ukraine?
Even it is not NATO this time, that like the UN or NATO too.
Well, the UN can't.
Of a lot of countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
They can always move in. Like
the UN can only do peace. They cannot do combat. That's what NATO is there for.
We have a UN Security Council now.
That's what I'm saying. They will do peacekeeping. Yeah?
Okay, they only do peacekeeping.
Well, they're not there to be fighting.
But we have all our soldiers go for UN.
Peacekeeping. Peacekeeping.
It is true, when you fight, you maintain peace now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sisi Eko. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sisi Oge. Yes, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your name, please?
How's your day going?
Day is going fabulously. What's your name?
Wow. Happiness from Ikorodu.
Happiness, talk to me.
Yeah, talking about the Russian war and Ukraine. Most people wait till this time. How are they going to rescue the Nigerians over there?
Mm-hmm.
We are not supposed to wait till this time. Every other thing, we take it for granted. We don't value anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
It has been there all this while. We're supposed to have gone there to take them out of that place.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be very, very critical.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Talking
so
about
much.
the bill, right?
Yes.
And maybe, I don't know, if the pen is far from the president. I thought there is pen close by. They should give him pen. Let him sign that thing.
He has signed it. That's what we're talking about. He signed it before I got here, literally this afternoon. Yes, he signed it this afternoon. Sometime after something to 1 he signed, perhaps around 12:45 or so. Yeah, good news. Thank you.
Yes.
Let me answer more calls. Thank you, Happiness. Hello. Okay. Hello. Are you there?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chima, coming from Sudan.
Chima, you've got 1 minute before we go on break. Talk to me.
Okay, I'll comment about Russia and Ukraine.
Okay, very quickly.
It's really very, very unfortunate that Russia has got to invade a sovereign nation. And what I expected NATO to do is to let them go. It's not UN this time, it's NATO. They're supposed to wade in and go and defend Ukraine. Because they know that they don't have the military capability to stand Russia.
Okay.
Which is why they are disliked. Russia just wants to humiliate them.
But
it is wrong.
Right. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I've got to say this though. NATO has been sending some equipment to Ukraine. Right now, there might be, obviously, Russia's firepower is like literally, a million times stronger. But they had sent them some ammunition.
Ukraine actually, they don't have that military capability to stand
Russia. Yeah.
Whether they send the equipment or not, they're supposed to support them.
Okay.
Supposed to send men, let men go there on ground and defend Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Russia is taking too much of themselves.
I believe the UK is doing that, but thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be right back. Keep your calls coming in. Quick break. Thank you.
Downfall Conversations will be right back.
Stay one step ahead with the latest news and trending conversations here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Don't tell people you've added weight. Why are you losing weight?
Yeah.
You eating? No, it's not your business.
That money, the pass is good. That finally.
We should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer our prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like it's not prayer. That is Nigerian mentality. If you're not finding happiness in your home, you pray.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Nigeria Info's treasure hunt is back. Every day, every show. One hunter, one winner. 20,000 naira daily. Who will emerge the bravest hunter? Let the hunt begin. Terms and conditions apply.
How I made $1 million from my organic beauty brand. Do you own an organic beauty brand?
Calling from VI.
Francis, talk to me.
Yes.
Which of the topics
Okay.
do you want to discuss?
Okay, I would like to discuss the
Ukraine, Russia.
Ukraine, Russia, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So my take is this thing did not just start now. You get a lot of people don't understand the backstory behind all these things. Now, Russia has reasons. Russia will not just say, okay, they want to invade Ukraine for no reason. Maybe because they know they have reasons. And I think one of the reasons, or the reason is that
is that NATO wanted. Of course, everyone knows that the UK, the US, almost all the G7 countries are all against Russia, and Russia knows it. So being that they are against, and these guys now, these G7 countries are trying to bring down Russia some way, somehow, because they are not in good terms. So, and Russia knows this. So instead of Russia to make that thing happen, and one of the ways they can make it happen is that they are going to, one of the G7 countries or the member, a NATO member, is going to be very close to Russia, to the boundary you get, like geographically. It's supposed to be very close so that they can actually gain access to Russia. But since they can't gain, so that's one of the reasons why they can gain. That's one way they can gain access to Russia, which is making Ukraine be a member of NATO. And now Russia knows this, that if Ukraine is a member of NATO, then it's almost like they're under attack.
Exactly. Why would I want my enemy in my brother's backyard that lives next door?
Exactly, and lives next door to me. So instead of allowing this thing happen, they have to strike. Because if they don't strike, then they are the ones going down.
But doesn't Russia also have a responsibility? Now, let's go back. Let's talk about the back history, as you were saying. So as of the point where the likes of Ukraine were given independence, right? Yes, there was an agreement that they would not join NATO, right? Now, but there is also a question, some 30 odd years on. Isn't it correct? Doesn't Ukraine have the right to want to do as it chooses?
You see the truth there. We cannot exactly say we have to obey all rules. We get. If for instance, my life or someone's life is in danger, and you know that the only way to avert that danger is to scale a fence. Them all rules. The rule is don't scale any fence. But if your life is at stake, you must scale that.
You'll scale any fence. Thank you so much. Let me answer more calls. The calls are alive. Thank you. Hello.
Madam Ireti Bakare.
Yes, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too.
My name is Mr. Azubike. I'm calling from Radio Show.
Azubike, talk to me.
I'm talking to you right now.
Okay, let's talk.
I want to talk about the electoral bill that Mr. President has signed into law.
Please go ahead.
It's on a welcome one, but my fear is all about our INEC. Because if our INEC can use this opportunity of the Mr. President of signing this electoral law into bill to do the needful in the time of election time, it will become a meaningful to Nigerians. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a many case that somebody have won the election. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, I've seen a time that people have gone to the time of the election, and the person that won the election eventually go to the Supreme Court and lost the election, and then they now impose on the Supreme Court governor to that state that's bringing a lot of crisis, like what happened in Imo State. In the actual sense, the person that won the election in Imo State, to my own opinion, is Emeka Ihedioha. But due to the Supreme Court judge that brought Hope Uzodimma to us and the Imo State governor, that brought a lot of crisis in Imo State. So let the INEC use this opportunity to do the needful so that this electoral bill will become a meaningful to all Nigerians.
Thank you.
When it comes to Russia, I myself, that talking to you right now, I don't know what actually bring Russia and Ukraine their crisis. I believe that you.
I've just explained it. Did you hear me?
I know. I'm just tuning. That is what.
Okay, myself. I was discussing with my previous caller, whose name I've forgotten. Forgive me, and he made some very good points. So. To be very brief, and I'm making it very, very basic because you have to understand that a lot of these things are much more complex, right? Yeah. Many years ago, when the countries like Ukraine were given independence, right, to go, as a sovereign nation, etc., there was an agreement that they would not be joining NATO. Okay, now since then, Ukraine now wants to join NATO. Also, in between all of that, there are smaller, if you like, what we call separatists, right? What they call separatists, who are also on the outskirts of Ukraine, who want to break up from Ukraine and stay with Russia. So that war's been going on for like 14 or so years. Now, when you combine all of that, at this point, the previous president of Ukraine, whose name I forget, and I'm sure you'll forget my name as well if you knew me, but whose name I forget, was more leaning towards Russia. So he was very much about, Russia says Russia's our brother, yada, yada, because they are all effectively, think of them as the Eastern Bloc. They are all effectively brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, that other one, the previous president was pushed out, yada yada yada. This new guy came in about 3 or so years ago. Right, the previous one is Viktor Yanukovych. That's the word. Thank you, my producer. Viktor Yanukovych. He was pushed out. The West didn't like him because he was more Russia leaning. This second guy, Zabla, the ski. Anyway, the second guy, whose name again doesn't come to me, but I'll get it in a moment. This guy now is more Western leaning. He would like Ukraine to be a member of NATO and to be an independent country, a fully independent country, because after all, they are a sovereignty. Russia obviously doesn't want that, because Russia doesn't want NATO in his backyard, because if Ukraine is allowed to join NATO, that means that NATO will be able to set up, right? And therefore they will be in Russia's brother's backyard who lives next door. That's the only way I can explain it. Okay, I think, basic.
Okay. I've heard what you have just said. Since that the thing happened in this way, and we know Russia as a country of its own, and we know Ukraine as a country of its own, but due to the lack of understanding between the two countries, since that the thing happened like this, I don't know, I'm not a UN. If the UN can be able to go in there and make this between the two countries, so that
Thank you.
There.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello. The lines
hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Obina calling from Lagos.
Obina, talk to me. How are you?
Fine. Please, there's something I want to say about this Russia issue. All these nations, I believe Russia, they are just trying to create problems. I don't know. They're just trying to create, they're just trying to create another third world war. They are producing with weapons. It's like they are tired of keeping it. They just want to try it.
So you think they've gone in to start? They've done the invasion because they need to use the weaponry that they have.
Nobody's buying the weapon from there. They are the one causing all this problem. Anywhere America is supporting, they will support them. They will be against America. Anywhere America is supporting.
Are you pro-America?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you say so.
No. I'm asking. I'm not saying so. I'm asking. Are you pro-America?
America is trying to keep the peace of the world. America is trying.
Okay.
Russia, they are just the problem we are having now. At least we are just back from COVID-19, and they are trying to create another problem. Everywhere is quiet now. Russia is the one trying to create problem for the world now. The whole world is looking at them. They just want to create another problem.
Okay.
So,
thank you. Yeah, go on.
Coming to our Baba signing this.
The Baba has signed. He has signed. Yes.
Please, you guys are owing me one thing.
What do we owe you?
You said our vote we can, and I'm going to vote.
Excellent.
And I believe we should encourage more Nigerians to vote.
But we do.
After voting, let's see what we do. Let it not be the other side of it, too. Because I don't know. Let's vote. Please, Nigerians should vote.
Everybody should vote. But here's one thing I would say to you, though. I need to correct the notion that anybody owes anybody for voting. If you believe yourself to be a Nigerian, and if you really believe that you care about this country and yourself, then you have a civic responsibility to vote. So nobody owes anybody. You have a civic responsibility. And when I say you, I mean Nigerians as a whole. Each one of us have a civic responsibility to vote. I don't know anybody anything for voting.
Many Nigerians believe vote don't cast based on what we've seen.
Well, then they need to upgrade. Then they need to upgrade their mindsets because
let's just try this current system now, if it will work.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
That's what you'll be praying for, and I believe it will work. So we can move Nigeria forward.
Absolutely, I agree. Thank you. Let's answer more calls.
Thank you.
Take care. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, are you there?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Chinere speaking.
Chinere, talk to me. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
You see, okay, I've been your name. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You see, okay, no verse abeg.
Sisi Oge, can you pronounce the G? It is not silent, it is a hard G. Sisi Oge, Oge, Oge. Go ahead.
Sisi Oge.
There you go.
Correct. Sisi Oge, please, I want to talk something. Maybe Ukraine and Russia now they fight to the throw bomb for their self now.
I'm listening.
Okay. Maybe our Nigeria people today. Our government now they are saying that they will go and rescue them. Well, that's what those people then do for that Ukraine. They are their own or your lower. Then they their own because I never see Nigeria go up their fellow countrymen from that person.
That's actually not true, and I have to literally correct you on that. The government are intending to go and get them out. The question is, yes, you could argue that they didn't react. They weren't being proactive. They're being reactive. But you can't say that we don't, because we do.
Wait, now you are talking, but I want to say something.
No, but I cannot allow you to speak a falsehood on this show or on this station. So I must correct you.
Okay, I've collected the correction.
Okay, continue.
This thing about budget, our president signed. Why did he sign it? Why is he signing it now?
We're not talking about the budget. We're talking about the electoral register. The electoral bill, rather.
He signed it, Navi.
Yes, he has.
I thank God for signing it.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, I was listening to Joy's show. I've been a researching show. I saw Gatti the Blue was talking. I was happy that he was talking because it's like he wanted to become president or something, or maybe that's I don't know what he's going to become. That is how we voted for the other guy that is the actor. After we voted for him, he's calling us children.
Desmond Elliott.
Yes.
Okay, you heard Banky Wellington yesterday. Is that what you're saying?
I had the man back in the Blue was talking.
Yes.
I was thinking as if he's a better person. Everyone who don't vote and finish now, he will come call us children. He call us children, we'll change that for him.
Well, Banky is on Instagram. You can send him that message. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name, please?
My name is Jonathan Odutola.
Jonathan Odutola. Thank you for calling. Let's talk. What do you want to say?
On the issue of the political issue, the electoral bill. Electoral bill is one thing. The major thing is the process. The emergence of candidates. Who are the people standing on this platform? That should be our concern.
Yeah.
If we don't have the full system that can produce the quality or qualified people, candidates, then we are still when we go to that, we go for whoever is available.
You make a very good point. Let me read. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
You make a very good point. So here's some of the highlights of the bill. Early release of the election funds to INEC, electronic transmission of results, the rights to review election results declared under duress, police neutrality, persons with disability must be included, overvoting redefined, early conduct of party primaries and submission of candidates, and early commencement of campaigns, candidates substitute in the event of death in an election.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry to cut in.
No. Please go ahead.
What I'm saying is that this issue about consensus candidates is being included in the bill.
Yeah.
Why not? You see, the inclusion of people participating, people being able to decide who represent their constituency or the state is very key. You see, when you talk about consensus, you see how the same is an option where some people will sit somewhere and come out that this is the consensus. candidate of the people. Might not be the most qualified person to do this. That's why we're getting it wrong. Most of us, we are talking about elections, people voting, yes. I encourage people to vote. I have my PVC, I do vote, and I will continue to vote. But the frustration is this: the candidates, the quality of candidates standing on the platform.
Yeah, but those, oh my word, the line's going crazy, but I'll respond. But the quality of those candidates come from those around us.
Yes.
The bill can't change that. No electoral bill can produce you good candidates. All it can do is help the process of our democracy.
It's foreclosed. The process is foreclosed by the bill. We can only go by the bill. Why not allow independent candidates so that if these people come up with people that are not acceptable?
Oh, so you're saying that we should have independent candidates. People should.
Yes, that will.
Yeah, but you can have independent candidates as long as they're registered. You can. I can choose to go and register a party if I meet the deadline.
You don't need to. An independent candidate does not need to register a party. You can stand under your name.
No, you can't. And that's the thing. But you've got to be able. Look, there has to be a process, and there has to be a process by which, if me, Sisi Oge, wants to run for president, even if I want to run as Sisi Oge, I don't know, party or whatever, Sisi Oge Congress, whatever, I must be registered, and that's the point. Anybody, look, the Constitution already gives you that right.
Her name, you have to stand in party. So they will just send our interest to be registered as, a constituency or a state or senatorial district, and then we register you if it's allowed by law, but that is not allowed.
No, but it is. No. Unfortunately, I have to go and answer more calls, but let me just be very clear what you're saying and what I'm saying. What I am saying is you can choose to go and register a party. That is your right. Okay? Whether you win or not is then up to the people. There is no electoral amendment that will ensure the best candidate might be the one that doesn't get any vote. But remember, there's a difference between the best candidate and the winning candidate. But that's a whole subject for another time. Thank you. There's so many calls. Thank you so much. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Finally, when I pick. Okay. That's on the
We try. What's your name?
The name is Okay Solobru for the picnic.
Oh, crikey. Okay, let's cut it to Okay for short.
We'll bite your tongue. I'll look my man.
Well, it's because you were saying it too fast. So you were posing, you were showing off. Oh, yeah, talk to me.
Of course, I look my man. I do my body. So this is the thing here. Lots of Nigerians do not understand geopolitics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give case studies. It's just like Nigerians think sentiments win cases in court.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Khashoggi. Do you remember Khashoggi's case?
Of course. Well, Khashoggi as in the billionaire Khashoggi?
No, the journalist Khashoggi.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Good. Now, during Trump's era, when that happened, Trump didn't bother about the case, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Biden entered, made the whole noise his first week. In less than a month, he said he will be dropping that case because of diplomatic relationship with Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Bear in mind, Khashoggi is a U.S. citizen. Good. Now, let me give another case study. Why did America form NATO? Will America sit back and watch Mexico leave NATO and form an alliance with Russia?
Well, Russia, incidentally, was one of the original, if you like, founding members of NATO.
Yes, North American Treaty Organization. Yes, before Russia, and that was formed during World War II. Now, the question is, will America, undisputed in the world, Russia has number one military arsenals in the world. Like, their military research is exceptional. Now, will America allow... let me still give a case study. Remember that when Trump won the election, Obama then...
But we've done several case studies. I need to know your point.
No, my point here is Russia is trying to prevent an infiltration of its territory.
Okay.
As that is as blunt as it can be.
Yeah.
But America understands psychological warfare. So America is trying to weaponize the people in demonizing Russia, because America will not allow Russia to set up a base in Mexico or Cuba. It will never happen. Even Argentina, it will never ever happen. Trump won election. Obama shut down all Russia compounds and sent them out. True or false? These are real life case studies. So this is Russia saying that if we do mistake and allow Ukraine to, I'm not in support of war. I've never and never will I be in support of war. I believe that diplomatic ways.
I need to hurry you up because people are ringing.
So Russia is saying that if they allow Ukraine, in less than 10 years, they will be surrounded by NATO.
Thank you.
And their intelligence will be compromised.
Yep, thank you. Thank you so much. Right. I have a WhatsApp message here. It says here, my good God, Cicioge, Cicioge. Okay, allow me to spell it for you, those who can't spell it. Is Sisioge. Since you are so confident that LFG will go evacuate Nigerians from Ukraine, where are they going to pass? I've got to tell you, it shouldn't be a struggle for me to read short messages. Please don't. You know that at this time, no plane passed through Russia and Ukraine because it will be gunned down. So tell me, which method are they using? Is it not Air Peace they're begging for help to evacuate Nigerians from there? You know Air Peace can't do that. Will the minister and Buhari fly the plane to Ukraine to join and bring them back? I won't say my name. It's okay for you not to say your name, but it is not okay for you to write in that way. Please, next time, write properly. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? I need you to speak up, please.
Michael.
Michael, talk to me. I can't hear you. Oh, dear. Call back, Michael. Hello.
Hello, Cicioge.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Shegun is my name. I'm calling from Baduru, Lagos.
What's your name?
Shegun is my name.
Shegun, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So tell me, what do you want to say?
I like something that Nigerians should take note.
Mm-hmm.
I congratulate Nigeria. I celebrate Mr. President. We have just passed a bill, and it's a milestone. It's a milestone in Nigerian politics. In this bill, there's a section that says the incumbent president will not use appointed officials as delegates in party elections. I don't know if you've seen that part of it. That is a very big milestone to cross over. That aspect or section has just given us a strong demand for independence, and we have got it. That's one. Now, let me talk about Ukraine. Ukraine, Russia. A young man called last and said there is a psychological fight, a Cold War between Russia and America, which is correct. Now, but the man did not remember that some time ago, Russia took its missiles to Cuba to have a military base. And what America did was to negotiate with Cuba that whatever these people are paying you, we will double it. We cannot allow them here. If Putin sees that his enemy is coming to his base, and Ukrainians are more or less Russians, they have the blood of Russians in them. Why don't you negotiate with your brothers? Oh, my brother, don't bring your enemies closer. They might be your friend, but they are our enemy. Let us come together, and you buy your own people. But what Putin is doing is like somebody said, he just think he's become a god. One, we should remember the fact that if there is titanium in Ukraine, there's titanium in the U.S. If there is iron ore in Ukraine, there's iron ore in the U.S.
Why are you saying that the U.S. is taking it? The lines are going. I need to wrap you up.
Yes, let me close up.
Yeah.
The fact is that Russia is fighting for its economic independence.
Yeah.
And he does not want Ukraine, who has the same opportunity, to have the same voice. And that is the bane of this time
of this fight
that is coming up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello? Hello? Right. So, I have a message here. Hello, Cecile. Again, nice to hear your voice again today. Nice to get your message too. Why didn't the Nigerian government try to evacuate Nigerians living in the Ukraine before now? Other governments of the world who knows the worth of their citizenry living in Ukraine evacuated their citizens before now. This administration must do all it can to bring back willing Nigerians back to Nigeria. The world power must arise and stand for Ukraine. Putin must know that Ukraine is a sovereign state. God bless Nigeria.
More news and sports after this.
Conversations will be right back.
Women are half the population, but own less than 40% of businesses. Not on my watch.
It's time for the second annual Glass Ceiling Convention, live on Sunday, March 6th
at 4 p.m.
on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM.
This year, it's business.
Our theme is
Break the Boardroom, Nigerian women taking over business leadership. This is for every woman in business or starting a business or thinking about starting a business. Our keynote speaker is Efe Okala, founder of Impact Her.
465 7190, and the WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. Let me just tell you a quick confession. Yvonne's surname is what I just love the way she pronounces it. I just find it so amazing. Yvonne Haifo. It's just, yeah, anyway, it's one of my favorite names, by the way. But too late for me to have a child that's going to be called that name. Otherwise, I'd have stolen it from her. Let's answer more calls, or should I read your WhatsApp messages? Which one should I do, producer? Okay, she wants me to read WhatsApp messages. I'm going to start from the top. Right, we have here, hello, Cecile Gallegos. The president finally signed our long-awaited electoral bill into law. My problem isn't signing the bill into law, but the manipulations our politicians will be busy planning on how to use it against we, the people. I pray they won't rubbish it in the way they rubbish the Freedom of Information Bill. Very good point. That's from Wonsu Paul from Aguda Surulere. I have another one here that says, Cecile, okay, now there's electronic transmission. I want to ask, is there electronic voting included also? I want to know. Efe from Ikeja. No, not yet at all. We'll get there one day. It says here, right, this is from Samuel Additional. Hello, Cecile Gay. Hello, Samuel. Samuel says, much as we love to experience peace, I say the Western world, NATO, are the ones daring Russia. What currently is happening cannot happen in any country close to the USA. Every rational country would protect her territorial integrity. I'm reading this very slowly so you all get it. What time should they act? Why are India and Pakistan fighting? Is it not because of Kashmir, a territory being claimed by Pakistan? For NATO to accept membership of such a country, that's Ukraine, is an affront to Russia, please. Samuel, thank you. Good points. Let's see what I can quickly write. Nigerians who shouted blue murder on electoral bill should bury their heads in shame. Thanks, my President Buhari, Comrade Akman Silas from Magodo Estate. He's saying, you all thought he wouldn't sign it? Yes, we did. So many did. Keep your messages coming in. Studio line is 0700 993 993 993, and the female only line is 0146 57190. I am trying to read your WhatsApp, so use the number 0809 597 5805. Let's pick up more calls. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. Hello. Hello. Are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my high priestess. This is Achike from First Talk.
Chike, how are you, my high priest?
I'm fine. How are you? How's your week so far?
Oh, the week has been good, but sad. Sad with what's happening with the Ukraine, uplifted by the fact that our president has signed the Electoral Amendment Bill. So,
well,
which do you want to talk
You
about?
have signed it, but my issue is that in this particular dispensation, it's not about signing, it's about following. There have been so many laws that have been trampled over. Let's hope they follow this one.
Well, but this dispensation is over next year, so we can't expect anything of them anymore, really.
Yeah, but before next year, there are still things they can do. They can still do their ruffle. And honestly, as much as I'll vote, I will still say I'm afraid because of the characters coming out which have this mentality of win by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then in the Russia-Ukraine matter, honestly, I believe it's not so black and white. And second, I believe there are three countries, the people who their hands are itching to press the red button. You have China, you have North Korea, you have Russia. Why go and... In fact, throughout last year, the guy has been modeling his missiles. Why go and poke the bear? I just hope there will be a diplomatic solution.
Well, it's too late for diplomacy. They've already started bombing.
The last one is, let's know if they'll pull the trigger on the Swiss deal, because even the UK sanctions has been light. They are not really hitting the rich Russian guys. So the question now comes to, are you willing for your economy to suffer to save lives?
Well, this is it. That's probably why they're not hitting them, because look at poor old Chelsea and Abramovich. I mean, if you're a Chelsea supporter, how could you possibly be feeling right now?
My president, this is my problem with this. There's a whole lot of hypocrisy. Look at Saudi Arabia.
There's a lot of conny and the kona going on.
Saudi Arabia, with all the things their crown prince did,
Mhm.
as soon as bought Newcastle, almost everybody have amnesia about what he was doing.
Yes, now I know, and an American citizen who was a journalist, we know what happened.
So if I become a dictator today, all I have to do is pack up enough money to buy either a Man City or a Liverpool, and I'll be the most loved man in the world.
My high priest, well said. Odikwa very risky, Odikwa very true. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, I'm calling from Bariga.
Peter from Bariga. Let's talk.
Yes, please, there is issue that is not in line with what you're saying, but I want to. It's something that concerns us federally. Can I speak on?
Yes, please. What did you want? No. Are you speaking on the topics that we're talking about?
Yeah, you are talking about the president signing.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, but the issue I want to also add in this is about NEPA electricity. I complained about this yesterday.
Yeah, but what has NEPA got to do with the electoral bill? I mean, the electoral amendment bill.
No, that is what I'm saying. I said that's why I said there is issue I wanted to complain about. That is out.
Oh, I see. You just want to bring that up, but
yes,
I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. I'm well pleased. You see, where I am living presently, I'm living in a two-story building, and we have a prepaid meter on first floor and second floor. The third floor, because of their outstanding debt, they could not give them a prepaid meter, and they cut down they disconnected their cable. But as of on Tuesday, NEPA officials, they brought 4 meters to that same compound, and each meter they put 386,000 plus on each meter. And when my landlady confronted it, they said the order is from above, from Abuja, that they should that the meter is numbered to our building. How can?
But okay. So let me ask you, because I've got to move on with the show. We're almost done. You're literally calling at the wrong time.
Okay.
So who is your supplier?
It's Ikeja, because we are living in Bariga.
Right. So it's Ikeja Disco. Yeah, you're in Ikeja Disco. Have you been in touch with them?
Actually, I have not been opportunity to go to their office.
That's who you need to talk to. In fact, if I were you, I would Google Ikeja Disco, Google the MD or CEO, find out the name of that person, and find if they've got any social media accounts. Find out if they've got an email, and keep bombarding them. We've got to be able to use social media to get direct access to the people that are supposed to be the decision makers on issues that affect our lives daily. That's what I see of the power of social media. I can't do a lot about it, but you can.
I appreciate it.
Good luck. Okay. Hello. Hello. Good
presenter. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is not presenter. My name is Sisi Oge, as I do a lot more than presenting.
Okay, my apologies.
No problem at all. Talk to me. What's your name?
My name is Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark, talk to me. We don't have much time.
Oh, thank you. Let me go straight. It is about this signed electoral bill, amended electoral bill. It is a good one. We have gotten that. The issue Nigerians should face now, if you can help us to address it from your own angle, is to let us know the other registered political parties approved by INEC, so that when we look at APC, PDP, there are others behind them. They are not heard of, and nobody ever remembers them.
What's your name again?
Have independent candidate, we should queue into those ones and see how we can build them up to meet the Nigerian requirement.
Excellent. What's your name again, sir?
Pardon?
What is your name again, sir? Remind me of your name.
Mark.
Dr. Mark. That is, I'm so glad you asked and you're requesting that, because that's something that I am working on. Because look, you're perfect for this show. And what you said is so important, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
For me, Danfo Conversations is about the everybody, the everyday Nigerians, of whatever education level, of whatever financial bracket. Now, that also means my job on this show, when it comes to elections or our politics, is to ensure that the voice of the alternative is heard. It is that voice that I like to bring on it. So I will, hopefully next week, I'll read out all the list, okay, of all the registered parties, and I'm working on inviting as many of them as possible, as long as they accept my invitation, as I've done before.
God give you that strength.
I did it during the local elections, right? We did it during the local elections. Hopefully, I'll do it again. I'm working on it.
He's going to do us a word of good. And
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are tired of the two old cows.
Yeah, thank you.
They are like old snakes.
Thank you.
Getting pregnant.
Thank you. I need to go. I've got to pick up other calls. Then I'll read up your WhatsApp. I have lots of WhatsApp messages. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You have to turn your radio down.
Good afternoon.
Turn your radio off, otherwise we have to cut you off. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, talk to me. What's your name, please?
My name is Citizen Tony.
Citizen Tony. Okay, let's talk.
This issue of Russia and electoral law is what I want to talk about. You see, it's always good. We should learn about this foreign news and European politics. You know, when there was NATO, later Warsaw Pact also was declared. They have been on Cold War for a very long time. During the time of Gorbachev and Kennedy.
Yes.
And during all this time, there was a real Cold War.
I think it was Gorbachev and Reagan, but go ahead. Yeah.
I want to cut you short, please.
Yeah.
Now, since Russia was part of Ukraine was part of Russia, and there was an agreement.
No,
Russia.
Russia.
Want to give you.
You mean you're talking about the USSR?
USSR, yes.
Right. Thank you.
USSR.
Okay.
So, we don't want you to involve yourself in any politics with Western world. And don't sign any military pact with them. Now, the one that was soft in support of Russia, being former and allied of this USSR, is no longer there. So the one they brought is a pro-Western something.
I need to wrap it up because we're closing the show and I'm trying to.
These NATO people, they know that what they are doing is wrong. This is not the first time Putin is telling that man in Ukraine not to violate the agreement. He thought they will give him help.
Okay, I need you to wrap up. I've got to try and fit in more calls. We're almost done. Hello? Right, okay, let me read your WhatsApp message. Good afternoon, Cecile. I'm Engineer Vincent Uzoma from Ijesha Tedo, Lagos. Nigerian government should have been proactive about the Russian-Ukraine war. Other countries have picked up their citizens prior to the invasion. America today supporting Ukraine. Will they allow their enemies come closer to their territory? The answer is a big no. Russia has every reason to protect their territory. For the president signing the electoral bill, I give him a thumbs up. I encourage Nigerians to get their PVC, ensure they make their votes count, and defend it at all costs. Thanks and have a good day. Thank you too. Let me try and read out more. What have we got here? Bakare from Ago, please restate the content of the electoral amendment bill. You can go and read it online, but let me do it very quickly. Right. Here we go. It's right. Early release of funds to INEC, electoral transmission of results, the right to review electoral results declared under duress, police neutrality, legislation for electronic voter accreditation, persons with disabilities must be included, overvoting redefined, early conduct of party primaries and submission of candidates, the early commencement of campaigns, candidate substitution in the event of death in an election. Right, let me read the next one. Hope that helps you. What have we got here? Right. Good afternoon, Pastor Peter from Aja. Please, Nigerians should go and get your vote 6 card. Pastor Peter says, go and get your PVC. What have we got here? Oh, somebody just saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Right, I think I've read all the WhatsApp messages. Okay, let's answer that call. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
What? Your line? Yes, you are. Your line is not very clear. Go ahead.
Okay, also about the Russian issue.
Oh, your line is really bad. I'm so sorry. We can hardly hear you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Sisi Oge.
Hello, what's your name?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Steve from Lagos.
Steve, talk to me.
Steve, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I just stumbled on your program right now and it caught my attention and I said, okay.
So you're just becoming a Danfo conversationer. Every Friday at 1 o'clock, we jump on the Danfo and ride Jiggy Jaga Jaga Jiggy all the way to 2:30.
That's fantastic, man. Okay, I just need someone to still convince me or probably educate me that more of on this subject matter.
Which one?
The electoral bill that has just been signed. What I don't know is like putting the cart before the horse, because I look at the system we are practicing. If you look at it from top to the bottom, you realize that I don't think we can put something on nothing and expect it to stand. We don't have anything working. We have not sit down to talk how we want this country to be governed. We don't have institutions in place. Rather, we have individuals that have been made stronger even than the institution. So I don't know if there is a platform that people can talk to really decide which path to go before we'll be talking of it. Election is secondary here. It is only when you have a platform where you have defined how people should be governed, where there is structure. There is no structure, completely no structure on ground.
Okay, may I come in? And you're probably going to be my last call so you and I can have a conversation. Here's the thing. We say there are no structure, but there are structures. Now, you can say that those structures are not trustworthy, they're not strong, they're not good, they have no integrity, but we can't say there is no structure because we have the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution, which is the structure that if you like, sort of, how should I say, the rhythm of our democracy is based on, right? So there is that structure. Now, what we are having, what is happening with the amendment bill is that there are certain things that need to change in our democratic process. Let's put aside the referendum, and I think that's what you're talking about. You're saying we need a referendum first. We need a restructuring before we can talk about this. I get you. But we've got to do what we can. Yes, go ahead.
So I do agree with you, at least to a large extent. But the thing is still, because I look at the two people that have been locked up over time now, Nnamdi Kanu and these other guys, Sunday Igboho, whether right or wrong, they are agitating for something. Aside these two people, and since they've been locked up, nobody, even before they were locked up, even before they were picked up and locked up, no one, we've not had it at any point in time where there has been a kind of call that we should talk.
No, but there has been, and this is also the other thing. NSAS was about that talk. NSAS was about calling and galvanizing the whole country to speak up. Now, a lot of people chose to speak up. A lot of others chose to be pacifist. Just because it was the youth that was galvanizing us didn't mean that we were not. They invited us to speak up. I don't know how old you are, but my generation were really the ones that were saying, trying to, if you like, almost silence them. But they did call us to speak up, and I rose to speak up. Others rose to speak up, and we continue to be asked to speak up. Look, every situation in Nigeria is a demand for your voice. Now, whether you choose to use your voice, I say to people in Nigeria, here's one thing you can't be in this country. In other countries, you can be. But in Nigeria, you cannot tell me you're bored, because there's 1.5 million things that needs your voice, that needs your action, that needs your strength.
Definitely.
So we can talk. That's why we do shows like this. That's why we have Down for Conversations. But I'm told that is the end of the time. Next time, make sure you call much earlier. Now you know the show. Set your alarm.
We love your program.
I love you too. Thank you.
God bless you, ma.
God bless you too. So that's the end of another. We did go Jigijaga. In fact, we went all the way to Eastern Bloc of Europe, and there's so much that could be said of the Ukraine, Russia, NATO war. But what I will say is, there are two sides to every story. There is always a giant, and there is always David, right? And what me personally would expect of a NATO in a situation where you have Goliath, which is Russia, and David, which is Ukraine, is to be the fixer, to be the one that's going to encourage them to the table, even if it takes 2 or 3 generations for the issue to be resolved. Nobody wants war. We've all seen it. I don't want war, because when one person is killed, there is no way any of us feel safe sleeping at night. That's what I hope. I hope. You know, this thing doesn't go on long. We could talk about this forever. It's such a complex situation. I advise you to go and read up on it. History is one of the most exciting subjects in the world. All the best. Have a wonderful weekend. The bus is now about to go and park. Until next week, be kind to each other and be well. Bye.
Hello, my name is Abdul. My friends ask me how I stayed with current happenings around me despite my busy work schedules. That's my secret. Everywhere I go, my radio goes with me. In the morning on my way to work, and even in the office, I'm always tuned in to 99.3 Nigeria Info. It keeps me going through the craziness of my everyday. My radio is my best friend. My radio is 99.3 Nigeria.